what are the quality moments that you can spend with your family. So when you know that your week is busy, treat it every week, because when you know your week is busy, by Sunday you map it out and you plan out, which means, okay, I will be doing this, I will be going out there, then this is what I can do. So that is what we are doing for this week. And we have my daughter, and she's joining one of the boot camp that starts on Friday, so she'll be leaving home on Friday with my grandchildren. And then I have my son that goes with his family. They also going, and then we fly out on Saturday. So I'm trying to plan every night on what we can do together while we are here. And even though he's going today, so today is like, oh, I'm looking forward to today. So I've got it all planned out, the things that we need to do, talk about, and come Wednesday and Thursday, because it will be our last night together before they all go into different places. And those are the little things, that can help us to plan. We don't generally say, the timing of how many times or the moment that you can spend with the family monthly, but try and treat it weekly, because that way you will give quality time and you will be able to achieve it as well. Because if you don't achieve it for this week, then you work towards next week. But in a month, at least you achieve some moments and some quality time. But yesterday, I think we were driving to work. And I turned to me and I was telling him, man, I'll be so coming to work together in the morning, because usually he drives and when he's here, and we go together in the mornings. And by the afternoon when we came out, because we have our workshop last night that we had to attend for our church, we do that every Mondays. And he turned and said, I'm gonna miss this. Because for the next few days, you will not be together. And those are the things that you must feel those things, because if you don't feel it, then that's you are actually living a life on your own with no attachment, no engagement. There is no connection. So those are the little things, when it comes to family quality time as we can.
It's a time of getting together, and this is where we get our energy from. To continue to work and to continue to do other social activities, or even the church or whatever. I believe the good foundation from home give us that secret energy to continue
boost you to do your work better.
And not only to complete the work, but do it better. So
and you enjoy what you're doing.
The best of you comes out when your connection at home is good.
And everything at home is good.
Like for me, I'm a preacher, that's my job. I can preach 5, 6, 7 times a day. But when our relationship is good, when our relationship is intact, my family, my children, I tell you, I can go on. The energy within me continue to rise. Never a time that I feel tired of preaching. Whenever I hold the mic, I feel that energy. Why? Because of the secret foundation at home, our talking, our fellowship, seeing one another, eating together, laughing together, joking together. When you are out there, all those that unique fellowship at home, that unique relationship at home gives you that the boost, the strength for you to deliver what you have to deliver. In my case, I'm a preacher. Maybe you're a fisherman, or maybe you're an accountant, or whatever work that you do. That's what I believe. I believe when your home foundation is good, then you will do your work to the best of your ability. Not only sometimes, I believe, most of the time.
And not only that, because when you go and do your work, it's with the right purpose. Because you have your family back at home, and you have their support. And as you do your work, you're doing it not only for yourself, you're doing it for your family.
It's meaningful, purposeful. And you don't ever run out of energy. Because you're doing it because of the family, because of the people back at home, the people that you love. So burning out or getting tired, I don't see that in my case. Because I believe my family are together, they are in unity, even though sometimes we don't see one another. But there's something there that is a secret of the family that makes us head of the family, or the wife of the family or the children of the family, then we'll continue to do
Yeah.
our best wherever we are. Those in school, are in school or in higher education, college or university, I believe when we have a good foundation at home, the unity, the togetherness, the relationship is good.
And
then
that goes
we'll
for
be safe.
people that are, far away from home as well, eh?
Yeah.
Those who have gone on the NAC, on these PALMS agreements with the government.
If they are-
If you go to Australia on the NAC program or seasonal workers out there in New Zealand, even though physically you are distant from your family and your home, there are options in your, social media platform that you can create that live conversation, that you can see them, that you can hear them, you can, do your devotions together. For me, I use a lot of Viber. I'm not on Facebook, but I use a lot of Viber. And even that Viber, it helps me to call my grandchildren from whatever country that I'm in. And I can pray with them before they go to school. Or I can ask them straight after devotion to have a conversation with them individually. And I can see them. It's just like I am at home. But in the physical essence, I'm not here. But it's like I am here.
Yes.
So being abroad and your family is here and you're separated doesn't mean that you cannot see them, that it stops. No, you can continue with the same way you live in your family, regardless of the distance that you may have between you, because you need to create it out of something else. Don't just take it like, okay, I'm here and they're there, and that's it. No, look for other things, other ways through those social media platforms that you can still engage yourself to your family. So, because your family matters, if anything happens to you, your family will suffer. If anything else happens to you, your family cry with you, your family rejoice with you, because your family matters.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes you don't like your family. Maybe sometimes you say, how do I end up in this family? I shouldn't have been in this family. But whatever family that you're in, we believe that's God's plan for you and purpose for you, regardless of how much you don't like it. God just brought it to be, to be what it is. So you need to rise up and embrace it and write down all those things, because you cannot continue to live your life in disappointment or live your life being frustrated at something that you cannot change, because they're there with you. So you just need to learn on how to embrace it, accept it, and enjoy it, because that's what family is for.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And also we would like to talk about, because we travel every now and then. Not only we travel every now and then, we both worked for the airline at one time. He started, I think we both started in 1989. He started in May, I started in July 1989. He left the airline in 2005. Yeah, I left the airline in 2011/12. I think it was January 2012 that I physically left the office.
7 years later.
Yeah, to come and join him for full-time work or to look after the ministry. And when it comes to travel, we can talk about travel because we travel as staff. And also now we travel quite a fair bit because of the churches, and they are all over the world globally. And we try as much to reach them at least 2 times in a year, wherever they are, because they cannot all travel to Fiji, as in when we have conferences. So it's easier for us to travel and create that for them, little conferences for them in their own country, than expecting the whole lot of them to come to Fiji. If they can, when we have big global events, then good to go. But there's never a time that the whole congregation managed to travel across. So, the onus is on us to check on them, to be with them, and also just to bring a little thing that they watch through the screen that is happening in Fiji, that they can also enjoy a little bit of that as we bring back to their country. So those are the things that we do, and I travel quite a bit, apart from my TV and other things that we do. So
Talk
for
about
the travel, for those of you that are, Fiji Airways staff or other airline staff, I don't know whether it has really changed from what it was when we were there. And because this is one thing that I'm trying to help the church members that are actually working in the airline. They are flight attendants or other,
engineers, administrators.
So we are creating these comms to try and help them to know the benefits that they have. For me, I really use my benefits. We used our benefits because for a few years, I was a staff travel officer for the airline, which means I do all the tickets. do all the tickets, calculate, print all the tickets, from the chairman of the board right down to the cleaner, to the staff, everybody, and their dependents. And that's my job. I have a little cubby hole office that I just sit there and do all these tickets. So I did ticketing courses, and as you do their tickets, and people who travel, people who do not travel, and I see that even some airline staff, they are working for the airline for years, 10 to 20 years.
20 years.
You've never seen their family traveled. You've never seen their children travel, and I don't know, maybe it's changed now for the travel benefits. But if it is still there, if you're an airline staff listening to me today, please try and maximize that's your concession. It's just like for the banks, maybe they get discount or they get concession on their loan for their homes and their cars. Different companies, they have different concessions. We don't have any concession for the company that I work in. But for the airline, the concession is one of those. Every staff has got their travel benefits. And now, moreover, they have, on top of their normal entitlement that we never used to have before, they have body passes. It's something that we have recommended and worked on it, submitted, and before it came out, I left the company. Now I'm looking back and I said, boy, that's really nice, these body passes. So for your travel benefits, you have your family, your dependents, you have your children, and also your parents that can travel, and you have that free of charge, your concession. Why I'm bringing into this family table talk, because it's a way that you can use, like what we say. If I'm saying, okay, you save up, take your family. But for you people, you don't have to worry about their fares. The fares is already done. Their fares is very little. Now I heard the feedback that I've heard. For us, when we had our FOC entitlement, we pay for the taxes. The tickets are free, but you pay for the government tax. But now, I think last week when we came, now it's FOC, which means even the taxes now, it's being looked after by the company. Boy, what else do we need? That's a real blessing. Not until I left the airline and to be buying full revenue tickets, it's when you really feel the pinch. You get on the flight without paying anything on the fares. Now, if the company is paying for the taxes as well, you basically pay nothing. And you have your family traveling with you, not paying anything at all. And for one of those tickets, for us, we pay a lot. Yeah. And I remember when I was still working for the airline, taking my whole family with me from here to Hong Kong to London on Cathay Pacific. My whole family of 6, I pay only about, to the most, about 2,000 plus. And that 2,000 plus like gets us, every time some people may say, they're always traveling. Well, for the airline, if you don't know, they have those travel benefits. Apart from the FOC that is given, then they only pay 10% of the fare. 10% of the fare, or it's called ID90, as and when they want to travel. So when I take my whole family, I only pay about 2,000 plus to 3,000 for my whole family to reach London and back. But the full fare, that whole family of 6, the 3,000, it's one fare. One fare. That's why you really feel the pinch, When you come out, that's the first pinch that I felt. Paying that money for the tickets, when before you never pay anything. You just pay the taxes. And I want to recommend those airline staff that are working for the airline, please maximize it. While others are fasting and praying for their tickets, boy, you have it within you. Just staff travel rebate and submit it within 7 days, and that's it. You got your tickets, and involve your family. And as we say, save up and take your family for a break. The tickets are looked after. The visas are hard to get for airline staff. And the only spend that you may have is look for the place that people are going to be staying in, and maybe you're spending money. But if you have your families already living abroad, then you have a place to go and stay. I remember when I was working, school holidays, school break on that Friday, I'm flying out with my children. He doesn't usually join us, but I log my 4 children with me. Holiday on Friday, that's it. I get my leave. I take my children. We usually go to Sydney because that's your auntie, I think. Yeah, Pukabi. And Uncle Herbert. So every holiday we go across. It's either Australia or New Zealand. And school starts on Tuesday, we fly back on Monday. And that was normal for us. Normal. Because I maximize our benefits working in the airline. And then when the ministry come, that stopped. So we only travel as and when the ministry things are happening and life change. But I would like to, emphasize and also to remind airline staff, use your benefits, maximize your benefits, and use it on your family. Take your family with you to enjoy that. And for those of us that pay full revenue, tickets, if you travel quite a fair bit and travel a lot, if you travel because of your work, for us because of the ministry, if you do quite a fair bit of travel, try and join the Tabor Club. There's a Tabor Club department in the airline. As you join the Tabor Club, what it does for you, there is a fee, annual fee, and if you join in with a fair bit number, the fee goes down because they have a corporate cost. But if you join, like I joined soon after I left the airline, because you cannot join being a staff, but you can join, outside. So after I joined him in with me as my partner. So if you join as a primary, you can join somebody as your partner. And as your partner, you benefit. Like you have the same benefits. And the beneficial thing about this Tabor Club, as and when you travel, say like if you travel to Auckland and back, for each sector, they become points. Each sector, they become points. And those points, they add up. And after those points add up, when it reaches the amount of points that you're supposed to reach, then you qualify for a free upgrade to business class, which means when your points added up, and this department is actually looked after by Sylvia Narayan. Thank you, Sylvia. Excellent work you people are doing. Your team, Josiah, thank you. Amazed with the service. And, very prompt. What I can be sending an email. Like yesterday, I sent an email yesterday. Within seconds, I get the response. They look after you. And when you have the Tabor Club membership, not only it adds up and then you are entitled to an upgrade later, but when you have the Tabor Club, even though you are booked on economy, you can go and check in on the premium, which is the the business class counter, and also you are entitled to a little freebies, like for every normal passenger. And you people see the fare construction now for Fiji Airways is totally different. One, you can travel light without any bags. One, you travel with one bag. Another fare, you travel with two bags. So the fare is done according to the baggage or the whatever that you're taking with you. But as the Tabor Club member, whatever it is, if you take the fare with one bag, you're still entitled to your 10 kg free baggage allowance for you to check in. So even if you're traveling somewhere, you don't really need to take your bag, you're going on a business, then you can even go on the one without the bag, but you take your 10 kg free with you for lower fares. And like what I said, that Tabor Club is very beneficial. If you haven't joined or if you have heard, try and join and call them up, check them up on the website. I'm talking about something that I know has benefited our travel, and I believe it can also benefit you. And especially so when you come to check in, and there's a long queue of check-in counter. And with this Tabor Club, it takes you right to the premium. Fasten up your check-in. One thing that I've done, Australia doesn't do it, but I see not other countries. I've noticed for New Zealand, they do that. When you check in from New Zealand, I see that there's 10 priority on your boarding pass. It also qualifies you when you come to immigration and security. They take you on the side as a priority. So those are the benefits of Tabor Club. And as your points go up, when you pick up on your points, not only you qualify for business class upgrade as and when it's available, but also you get promoted or elevated, or your club membership takes you to Tambua Plus. When it's Tambua Plus, then it's a different offering again. So your 10 kg baggage allowance that is free become a 15 kg baggage allowance that is free. So it's called Tambua Plus, and that depends on the frequency of your flights or the number of flights that you have taken, which I say that you've been flying, for your work, you've been, like doing the flights and everything. But when you join with just this little fee that you pay, the value that you get out of it is huge, because not only it picks up on your points and make you rise to another level, and you have these freebies that comes with you, and also it takes you straight into this line, and also you have access to the business lounges that is available in all the airports as you travel to. So it's quite quite beneficial, I would say. I'm not trying to sell Fiji Airways product. I'm trying to share with us on how it has really made our travel easy.
And also, it does not only happen to Fiji Airways. Remember, we also have with the Korean, the same thing. Yeah.
See, like for some airlines, or for most airlines, you pay for the membership. Say for Fiji Airways, we pay for Turbo Club member, and for American Airlines, you also pay for Advantage, and for Korean Air. And that is why I really miss them flying to Fiji. You know, like when they pull out of Fiji, why they were easy fix for us.
Traveling to London.
Or traveling to London, or even to Israel. Even to Israel, like traveling on Korean Air. And it's so awesome. And not only that, when you travel to London and travel to England, to Israel, they have this stopover in Korea. So your fare included the hotel,
one night stay,
and the breakfast, and the transfers. So it's like you never get off the flight, because everything, the same cost you pay for your tickets, I pay for your layover in Korea, in Seoul, before you connect the flight again to take you to either to Germany, to London, and for Israel, and for that cost. Well, for Korean Air, you join. It's free. You don't pay for anything.
Just
it's
fill
free.
a form.
Fill a form. When you're at the airport in Korea, in Seoul, you can see all this. It's like a web kiosk. So you come and you enter all your entries out there, then you front up with whatever that you print out, and they give you a card. So it becomes your Sky card, and that a priority card, it's called Sky. Sky. When you start, it's called Sky, and that Sky, like when you check in, it entitles you for an extra baggage, and it entitles you for their sectors. So all your flying points, they take the distance you flown. So regardless, whichever country you fly in, the longer, the better. Because those distances are taken in kilometers. And those kilometers are actually entered as your points. And when you build up these points, from the distance that you've traveled, when you build it up, then according to the number of points, you can even apply, like you can do it as a family, corporately, and join your family together. So individually, for your points that you have gained, you can even ask for business class upgrade. Or when they put all your flights together as a family, you qualify for a free ticket. And I remember I used to take my two grandsons, Joshua and Sunny. They were very young. Everywhere I go, I'll take them. I go to London, I'll take them. I go to Germany, I will take them. Go to Israel, I will take them. And their points build up. So when Sunny's mom, Nate, came in, join us and start flying, on the first flight when we traveled to Israel, the points of travel on Sunny's travel managed to get a free ticket for his mother. And, this is the membership that you don't even pay anything. And whenever we travel with our points, I will check with them. Okay, on our points, what can I get? We're traveling on this leg. And then they will say, okay, space, we can upgrade you. Or you can keep it and have an extra piece of luggage. Or on your next travel, with just a few more points, you qualify for one sector free. And those are the benefits. Different airlines have got different offering, but I really love the Korean Air. Theirs was just too good. I think the attraction there, because you don't pay anything at all, and you physically see what you gain, through that. So with all your points added up, when you reach a level, then you get upgraded to morning calm. So morning calm is like your benefits is an extra luggage again, and it comes with the different levels and all the lounges, even the lounges that they have. When you come in, you use it. It has everything.
Free.
Yeah, everything. And those are the different airlines out there with the different benefits. So if you're tuning in, listening to us, if you're using one airline more often, try and find out whether they have this kind of benefits, because not only you are using them, you are flying because of your work or because of your family that you have to travel more often, whatever it is, but look at how you can also gain, that you may not have to pay any money, or if you have to pay little money, but the value you get back is far, far greater and far more than that.
when we talk about travel, even travel around Fiji, she was just explaining about filling a form. You know, there are some supermarket, there are some like Prouds and Tapus. You can become a member. Some of those business, big business. And when you go from Suba, you go down to Nandi, or you go down to Lotoka, all those things, like we don't take it for granted. We don't take it seriously.
Yeah,
we don't take it seriously. There are some form that we feel that will help us or reduce the cost of that items that you are buying. And the more that you buy, the points add up.
Yeah.
I see that with all your cards.
Yeah, for me, I maximize it. Like whatever country that I go in, I will ask. If I go to Starbucks and I see that, I will ask. You know, or when you come to the kitchen on the checkout, and they will ask you, "Do you have this? You know, are you a member?" For TK Maxx, we have for Boots for those in England in the pharmacy. You get your you get your discount. So you do, you save. Even in New Zealand, you have the Life Pharmacy. There's a lot. The EB Games, where you buy your children's games, and even after having that card, when you go in, you see all these pre-owned games. You can go for $6, $7, and there's a lot of
Benefits.
shops and a lot of companies out there that has this kind of cards that you don't have to pay anything. Most, as you come up to the checkout, they will say, "Okay, are you a member of this?" And I said, no. So after 2 times, then I will ask, "Well, I'm not a member. How do I join?" And they will say, "Okay, fill this, or try and capture the QR code, just fill in the details, or give me your email address and give me your telephone number," and they do that. And once I get in, so those are my cards. So I will know which cards I take to this country, which cards I take to this country. I never spend any money on it. But when I go to that country and I use the same shop, I will use that card to capture that purchase. That helps me with a discount and helps me with other things that I can buy. And it's very beneficial.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much, and there's a lot out there that is available. For those of you that are living overseas, don't just keep on buying and keep on going. Ask. When they ask you at the counter, you ask, "How do I do that?" And I know we were down in Australia, in Sydney. We went to Kmart on the very last night before we come out to go and check a few things out. And as then you line up to, Kmart, they're always asking this: "Are you a member of, do you have any flyby card? Do you have any flyby card?" I said, "How do you get the flyby card? How do you register for those flyby card?" Like for me, I travel often to Australia, New Zealand, and Kmart, it's like Kmart, you can find things for $2, $6, $7, $8. Like it fits your family, fits your, the ministry or the company that you work in, or people that you look after. And when they asked that, now that's one of the things. I haven't joined the flyby. And then she said, "Just go and check it out in the website and see what you can do from there. If you need help, come back." So I'm slowly working towards that. But for most of the places that I've traveled to, I've registered into every shop that I entered twice. And if I do go back again, I will take out the card and I'll make sure that I use it. Or if I come to the counter and they ask, I'll just give my email address. When they type in their email address, and they will tell me, "Okay, you're already here, so you qualify 10% discount." And most of those cards, as I take them to the shops that I'm a member of, it's mostly 10 to 15%. And sometimes they email you to 30%. When they have Easter, it's even 70%. So the discount is right down.
Yeah.
And
I remember
it only takes that.
I went to buy a perfume from just Proud in Suba. So they asked me, "Are you a member?" I said, "No." And I remember that you are a member. So I just told them your name. No? So that means the benefit of that shopping items goes
Yeah.
to you. So for those of you that are in Fiji, these are the benefits of
Yeah.
travel. You are exposed to other things that you can benefit from. You can benefit from. When you travel to Lambasa, you go to Nandi. I'm talking about local travelers. In overseas, it's very, very beneficial because you go to a lot of countries. These are grouping. Even the hotels, they are in groups, and they can give you a membership card, a card, or fill up the form. And these are the things that assist you. So we are talking about the traveling.
Yeah.
It can benefit you.
It helps.
Yeah, assist your family.
Yeah.
I remember I was stuck in Hong Kong one time because the flight to Heathrow was full all the time, and I was here waiting. And because you travel a lot, you start to realize that you have visas you know, applying for visas. Don't wait until you want to go then apply for visa. Don't wait until you go and apply for your passport. Or you don't wait until you have a car. And then you try
Do
to
your
learn
license.
how to drive. Eh?
Yeah, that's one thing that we try and share a lot with our youths and also with the church members that we belong to. Don't wait. You write out your plan and aspire to achieve that. Try and get your driving license. Try and get your passport, even though you don't have any plans to travel. But on the other hand, if you're looking at it spiritually, you are having faith. You're doing your passport, knowing one day you will travel. Or you're doing your driving license, one day you know you will have a car. So it's not just doing it for you to gain, but you're doing it because you're having faith that something will happen because you've taken the first step. So we did this women's program on the family conference out there in Girmit Center. And when I asked, how many ladies here don't have any passport? Boy, it's like 3/4 of that room don't have passport, and also the driving license. Two of those things. Those are the questions that I asked the youths for our youth symposium. But to ask the mothers, that was the very first time that I've ever asked. And mothers, on how we just look out for everybody and said, Vitalia, satu nga. Au sini beta kamu gar beta mo malinda beta sa sangas sa sino na kenagaviao. Bisau. And so I was telling the ladies, and of a customer Macau, kung kumawa mate, there's a lot to live for. Bulamanda, maruta kamanda ng bulang, gaya ko nga mo mate, o mate na lang ngamay.
Mate na gaya lang ngamay.
Kung nagay gas ngamay, nagay mate.
Bulamanda ike.
Yeah. Enjoy manda, enjoy tag manda ng bula, kung ko na maka na mate. Enjoy tag na ng bula. So we have this project with the ladies from our Northwest Division for them to start writing their list and work in groups and pray together for them to achieve their passports and also achieve their driving license. So it's quite a big ask, but we would like to pose the same questions again to those of you that are tuning in today. Don't wait until you plan to travel, then you do your passport. Don't wait until you plan to buy your car, which will be like many years to come, and then you look for your driving